Yeah, this is Paul. Yes. I just want to mention that I didn't get a decree of dissolution. Yeah, I never got one of those. And these jury trials, the non jury trials, yeah. My sons are in the wrong grade because of your decree of dissolution. Yeah. Now, we were just looking at page 3 of 6. Yes. You know, when you say on every protection order, mental health evaluation and treatment is recommended, and you don't allow me to admit what evaluations I've already had, yes. You don't allow me to admit that I'd already taken parenting classes, yes. Because when my wife petitioned the court in 2011, yeah, I didn't get actual notice of the court hearings. I was arrested on Guam, yes, yes. And then you reissued it without any notice or opportunity to be heard. Hmm. And then you issued a permanent protection order without notice or opportunity to be heard. Yeah. And then my wife petitioned the court for dissolution of marriage. You had me arrested 4 days later when you served me. Yes. And then you reissued it again. While I was on trial. Without any attempt of service because you did it by minute order. Now, this concept of you making up laws that are non existent because you legislated from the bench, yes. When I inform you that it's against the law, yes. And you say, no, we're going to do it anyway, poof. The respondent has been restrained from interfering with the petitioner's physical and legal custody of the minor's name since July 2nd of 2011. Now, it's kind of interesting, okay? Yeah. Respondent did participate in counseling as follows: parenting classes. Oh, I didn't need drug or alcohol treatment. Yes, because I didn't have any history of drug or alcohol treatment. And I didn't commit domestic violence. Pooch. I went through diversion where my record was expunged. Yes. Now, I am thinking, yes, that she did actually violate the notice requirements of the Child Relocation Act because I don't know where they live. Yeah, yeah. And when I inform you as law enforcement, yes, of the fraud of issuing protection orders, yes, and you refuse to acknowledge the laws, poop, I want you put in prison right now. Now, just so you know, we had two page 3 of 6s. Yes. I would have thought that having just one page would have been sufficient as Exhibit A, Jack. Yes. But you've been playing Top Secret Family. Yeah. Now, if the person with whom my 5 sons resides, a majority of the time, yeah, planned to relocate with my 5 sons, that person must comply with the notice requirements of the Child Relocation Act. Yeah. Now, just so you know, it's child abduction. Now, you can see here, I haven't gotten a phone call all day. Yes. And I was thinking that this is going to be a $1 trillion day because the United States federal government is going to do what I say. Now, when you have court hearings in 2011 and you didn't allow me to admit that I did have drug and alcohol evaluations, yes, I didn't need treatment. In fact, I haven't drank for 25 years. Yeah. I did do 7 hours of parenting classes. My record was expunged. Yes. And I don't need a domestic violence perpetrator treatment program. Yeah. And I don't need a mental health evaluation. Oh. Now, I'm kind of thinking that it's a fraudulent statement. Yes. That the respondent had actual notice. Yes. I didn't have actual notice. That I wasn't a credible threat. I wasn't in Squim. Yeah. I wasn't in Brennan. Yes. And I didn't violate the protection order when you arrested me in 2012. Now, my sons have lived with a very credible threat where my spouse, yeah, had kept them in the wrong grades for 7.5 years. Yes. Now, this intimate partner concept, yeah. I haven't really had sex with her since June of 2011. Pooch. And just thinking about it, I haven't had sex since June of 2011. Now, my concern is that Marilyn Van Poyen had participated in a fraudulent scheme, yes, to deprive the Rotarians of the actual knowledge of her image. Yeah. Now, let's say I sued Rotary. I sued Clown in Jefferson County right now. I decide to sue the United States military because it's my unqualified right. It's a prerogative of mine. Yes. To make sure that when you involve yourselves in treason, that you find yourselves in prison. Poop, poop, poop. Now let's look at amendment number 4. What general or admiral said that I can't have my sons when they have the knowledge of fraud? Pooch. When did the United States decide that they could be involved in fraud? Yes, without the enforcement of the laws. Now, the right of the people, secure in their person, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures, shall not be violated. Now, when you took my sons, you gave all my personal items to my wife, and you didn't allow me to admit that I did 7 hours of parenting classes. Yes. My record was expunged. Yes. And I had no history of drug or alcoholism. It looks to me like you violated Amendment 4. Oh. Now, I'm going to sue the United States military. I'm sorry. I told you, Judge Advocate Corps, every attorney. Yes, you are now complicit in treason against the United States of America. Now, for every general and admiral that thought that their oath or affirmation when being vetted, yes. When going to a military school known as West Point, yes, or the Navy Academy, could you get me every institution of the United States where every 1 to 4 star general or admiral has actually attended and received any actual academic certifications? Yes, that would be master's degrees in the war colleges, any bachelor's degrees, or any actual academic degrees of every 1 to 4 star general and admiral for the last 40 years that said that their education that was paid for from the United States taxpayer, they were not personally liable for the knowledge that they had. Now, this oath or affirmation describing the place to be searched and the person or things to be seized, yes. This 2 count criminal complaint from Jefferson County that did not have a signed statement from any citizen, yes, or any probable cause from any person in law enforcement, I'm going to sue this state and every state for violating Amendment number 4. And I'm going to sue every general and admiral for violating Amendment number 4 because of being complicit in the knowledge of child abduction and kidnapping, being complicit in the fraud and misrepresentation, being complicit in the actual treason of the sheriff's and police departments. Just get me the actual academic record of every general and admiral.